Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Jessie, and today's video we are going to do an August budget overview. Today is August 2nd, and then we're going to jump into the cash planning for this coming week's paycheck on August 5th. And then lastly, we're going to do a brief transaction review for last week. So let's just jump right into it. So we're in August, and I've already written out all the days that my bills come out. So we have starting on yesterday, so Saturday, my mortgage and car insurance and my cell phone. Of course, these won't actually post until Monday, but these I like to keep it the same. So instead of waiting and posting it on this day, I just keep it on the same day that's actually due. It makes more sense to my brain that way to keep track. Then my car is on the 3rd, student loan the 4th, water comes out on the 5th, and then my paycheck, and then that automatic savings comes out on the that same day as my paycheck. Discover is on the 13th, and we have pay and savings again on the 19th, and then Verizon Internet on the 22nd, my Home Depot card on the 23rd, and Disney on the 26th. My USAA loan is on the 28th, and I wrote in church on this on the Monday. It should have been for Sunday. Just the way this calendar is formatted, it starts with the Monday. But since I had already printed these out before, I just went ahead and just kept this instead of recreating a new pretty calendar like I did for last month. I just kept this one because I already had these for the rest of the year, and I just don't want to waste ink and paper. So moving on. So we've got that. So I do need to get my oil changed, so that's on the reminder. And then, of course, I track my debt balances at the beginning of each month, and so we're just going to go look at how it compares to July. So my USAA loan was 11,278.81 at the end of June or at the start of July. At the start of August, my USAA loan is $11,144.35. And then we have my Discover card at the beginning of July was $9,511.55. At the beginning of August, it's $9,402.79. My car, $29,338.76. At the start of August, it was $28,903.49. My student loan was $23,783.71. The beginning of August, it is now $23,486.54. My Home Depot card was $336.11. And at the beginning of August, it is $332.77. My savings in Everbank, which is the high yield savings that I have automatically taken out of my account every pay period of $50 goes into that every pay period. At the beginning of July, my balance was $600.60. At the beginning of August, for my statement, the balance was $707.52. And if I didn't note that before, it's a high yield savings, and this bank is 3.88% APR. So that's pretty good. So there's that. We will move right along to the actual budget, and I have written all of this out. So for August, again, I get 2 paychecks. I get paid every 2 weeks. In August, there will be 2 paychecks. The first check is $3,089.17, and the second check on the 19th. So the first one will be on the August 5th, the second one August 19th. This one will be $2,900. $2,989.17. The first check always contains a $100 cell phone stipend, and so any subsequent checks are $100 less. So for a total of income for August will be $6,078.34. Okay, so we're going to jump right into the bills. There are 5 Sundays in August. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I typically do $25 per week. So this month will be 125 instead of 100. The electric went up a bit this for August. It was about $50 more, so it's $205.78. Of course, it was really hot in July, so the August bill it makes sense that it was a little higher. So my water was about $2 more. I have a garden, so I do a bit extra watering than normal, so $63.76. My cell phone, always the same, $42.05. And I use Xfinity if anyone is curious, Xfinity Mobile. My internet, I go through Verizon. When I first signed up about 4 months ago, because I did have Xfinity combined with my cell phone, but I was having difficulty because of how it was installed, and I was not they were not fixing it to my satisfaction. So I ended up switching to Verizon Fios, which I've been really pleased with. But any case, when I signed up, they had an offer of a $100 gift card, and that was redeemable last month, which I ended up forgetting about. And I applied it to last month. I forgot to note that in my last month's bill, so I didn't actually pay the $69.99 out of my checking account. Part that went to I used $69.99 out of my gift card balance to go toward my bill last month, and so this month I have $30.01 left remaining on that, and so I used it towards my. I'm noting it this time, and so my internet bill is only going to be $39.98 actually out of my checking account. So that was a little bit less. Mortgage is about $14 less due to the new assessment they did with the escrow, and it's $3,490.22. My subscriptions are $21.67. My car is $573.50. Insurance, car and personal, is $136.25. Everbank is $100, and my debt payments together are $679.51. And so for that total for this section is $5,477.74. So we'll jump over here to my wallet categories. So grocery for the month will be $160, dining out $30, shopping $10, miscellaneous $10, personal $20, household will be $20, pets $20, and Logan, my grandson, will be $6. I did decrease shopping and miscellaneous just because I had to reallocate because of the higher electric bill and water bill. So I ended up having to take, and also the extra parish donation. So I ended up having to kind of adjust these because they're normally 20 each. Anyway, so per pay is going to be 80, 15, 5, 5, 10, 10, 10, and 3 for $138. Fuel, I don't take that out. This is here just as a placeholder so that I can make sure to calculate it into or factor it into the whole picture. So I budget $50, and that stays in the bank. And so the total for that budget is $326, but the per pay for just my wallet categories is $138. And so we'll jump down to my sinking funds. For the month, I'm budgeting pets for 20, gifts for 50, car tax 60, trash 28, house repair 20, car maintenance 22, which actually I might end up having to bump that up. My car is only 3 years old and there's already some system error messages popping up. So I have to get that checked out with the oil change. Anyway, car maintenance 22. My Magnificat subscription is 10. And Microsoft 22, YouTube 24, and my PO box for the month will be 18. So for a total of 274 for the month. And then per pay, we're going pets at 10, gifts at 25, car tax 30, trash 14, house repair 10, car maintenance 11, Magnificat is 5, Microsoft 11, YouTube 12, and PO box is 9. So for a per pay sinking fund, allocations will be $137. I'm thinking about maybe redoing some of my sinking funds and my uh, wallet categories. And the only ones that I could really redo would be for the sinking funds is pets and gifts. The rest of these are really just non-negotiable. I mean, they just have to come out. So, but I'm just not really sure how I'm going to work that. So that was just a note to start to kind of think about that, how I want to maybe restructure this. So my wallet and variables are up here at 326 for the month. The savings and sinking funds are 274, and then remaining is 60. But I'm just going to call that a zero. So we're at zero based budget here, and so we're looking good. So this is August. And that wraps up the overview for the August budget. We're working with a little bit less as far as wallet amounts, but overall basically the same. Just because also my mortgage went down a skosh. My internet went down $30 just because of that gift card balance that I can use. So some of it kind of evened out. So it wasn't quite as much as it would have been had I not had that gift card or that decrease in my mortgage. So that's looking good. So there we go. The August budget is ready to go. So now what we're going to do is move on over to cash planning. Wait, put that in there. So moving over to cash planning. So again, grocery. I went ahead and wrote these in because my videos have been pretty lengthy, and so I'm trying to get that tapered down a little bit. So grocery, we're going to do 80, dining out 15, shopping is 5, miscellaneous is 5, personal is 10, household 10, pets, whoops, 10, and Mr. Logan is 3. So we will do a 50, a 20, and a 10 for grocery. Dining out will be a 10 and a 5. Shopping will be 5. Miscellaneous 5. Personal will be a 110. Household 110. Pets 110. And Logan, we got 3. And then my sinking funds. So we've got pets. Again, we're doing 10. Gifts 25. Car tax 30. Trash 14, which I just paid that. So that is, I'm happy to get that out of the way. That's quarterly, so I don't have to think about that one too often. House repairs 10, car maintenance 11, Magnificat 5, Microsoft 11, YouTube is 12, and my PO box is 9. So hopefully when I tally this, my numbers will be right. So, oh wait, we'll come back and do this real quick. Well, no, we're gonna hold off just in case. I should have waited just in case. I tend to have an issue with adding here recently. 5, 10, 10, 10, and a 3. 138, 138. So we'll do that. So excellent. So 10, and I'm sorry, my voice is still a little scratchy from when I was sick. I just can't seem to shake. I guess it takes a little while sometimes. So I apologize for that. 5, 11, 12, and 9. Oh dear. Oh no, that's right. 137. Okay, so there's that. Scoot you out of the way. So we'll move on over. Pets gets a $10 bill. Gifts, a 20 and a 5. Car tax, 20 and a 10. Trash, a 10 and 4 ones. House repair, a 10. Car maintenance, a 10 and a 1. Magnificot, a 5. Microsoft, 10 and a 1. YouTube, a 10 and 2 ones. P.O. Box, a 5 and 4 ones. So we shall tally. So 3, 7, 10, 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, and then 150. Okay, so we will total that there. So 137 plus 138. So 275 together. So bill quantities, we'll move this over. We'll move this down. The subtotal. So hopefully all of this adds up. $275. Yep. Excellent. So that is done. So then, I'm going to take this out real quick. We will put it back, but I put these cash withdrawal slips up here. And then I cut these out and take them to the bank. So we have 0 $100 bills, 150, 3 20s, 12 10s, 6 5s, and 15 ones. And then we will again make sure, because I certainly don't want to stand at the teller with egg on my face if these don't total correctly. How embarrassing. I should clear that out, shouldn't I? $275. Yay. 275 and 275. So we are in business for my upcoming paycheck on August 5th. So we'll put you back for the time being. Right then. Okay, so there's nothing else I need to do there. So I will go over last week. If you watched my last cash stuffing video, I went over that or I talked about that I went way over budget during that last week. That was my sick week, but which really isn't an excuse. I could just say COVID made me do it, but really, I mean, I had full agency over my fingers at the computer, and had every opportunity to not press the buy now button, but I didn't. In any case, this week is a much better picture is the point I'm trying to make. So it was July 26th through August 1st, which was yesterday, Saturday. Um, and so I feel like this was a much better, more rational week, a little bit calmer as well. Um, I still have not gone to Costco like I had planned to do. It's about 25 to 30 minutes away from me. So I just don't feel like driving. And then I still have not taken my car to get the oil changed. So that isn't on this budget or these transactions either. I really need to get that sorted out this week because I've got weird errors on my dashboard popping up. Anyway, so we'll go on and get into it. So pets, I bought some kitty food, wet cat food. Maestro is very particular um, about his food, and so he was out. He doesn't like dry food, guys. Anyway, so that was $17.14, and I had $20 in my pet's envelope, and I used cash. So in my envelope, I have left over. Remaining is $2.86. So that is a win. Dining out, I got my grandson some pizza on Friday night because they stayed over. And so that was $25, and I paid cash for that. And then the next day before I took him home, we went to Sweet Frog Yogurts, little yogurt shop, and that was $5, and I paid cash. I had $30 in my envelope, and then 25 minus 5, and that's 0 left over, but that is a win because I didn't go over. Um, Groceries, I did go over a little bit, but we'll talk about that. So in my groceries envelope, pardon me, I had to step away a moment. I had a coughing fit to attend to. So in my groceries envelope, I started off with $81. And on the 29th, I spent $13.14 for grocery items, and I paid cash. And so that took me to $67.86 in my cash envelope. On August 1st, I spent $17.91 on some grocery items, and that was also cash. And so my envelope had a remaining of $49.95. Yesterday, August 1st, I did a debit card grocery transaction for $48.25. So that took me down to $1.70 in my envelope. And then also, I had another transaction for $8.37. So that used up that $1.70, and that was also a debit card transaction. So I was negative $6.67 in my grocery envelope. But I had some miscellaneous funds in my miscellaneous envelope. And so I used $7 for that to cover that negative amount. And so there's a 33-cent. I'm rounding. I'm going to just round down and call that 0. But so I didn't use my checking buffer. I didn't go over an insane amount. I had the funds in another envelope that I used. So I think I'm going to call that a win. And then it's kind of the same thing happened with household. Now, this one was for printer ink, and this was not a want. I actually have to use my printer ink for work, and I don't get reimbursed for that. And my printer ink, it's an HP. It's one of the really cheap versions of an HP printer. So I don't get really good notifications on how much ink I have in my printer. And so this kind of just popped up and it wasn't printing properly, and it was because there was no ink. And so I had to buy some ink. So in my household envelope, I had $10. My ink purchase was for August 1st, so yesterday, was $38, and that was a debit card transaction. So I was negative in my household envelope. And I guess I don't have an electronics or printer expense. So I'm just calling it household. So I had a negative $28 left in there. So I had $20 in personal that I didn't use. So I brought that out of my personal envelope to cover that. And so that still left an $8 negative amount, which I'm not sure why I didn't put negative on there. And so then I had a shopping envelope that I did not use. So I had $10 in that envelope. So I used the remaining, I used that to cover that negative balance. And so I have $2 left in my shopping envelope. So even though I did go over, but I didn't have to use a checking buffer. I didn't have to use any credit cards to cover this. So again, I'm calling that a win. So I was able to use the cash I had in my weekly envelope. I didn't have to get out sinking funds or anything like that. So I'm saying, I'm thinking that that's a good place to be. So back to the bank. I'm going to, is $95. So $49.95 in, or I'm just saying 50 really. I'm going to round up ultimately. So $49.95 for that amount left over that was used up. And then $7 from my miscellaneous fund to cover that, my groceries, overages, which I'm thinking, $7 over, that's not bad. Anyway, so moving on. So then I have my household envelope that I have to take back to the bank, my personal envelope of $20 to take back, and then $8 out of my shopping envelope. So $94.95 or $95 rounding up. So there we are. With that, I will just go ahead and show you here. I went ahead and took it out. So I'll go ahead and just count this out. So you see 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 5, 90, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So I've got a little scratch paper in there. 95, that will be going back to the bank. And then I have $2.86 left in here. And so, well, it's not really 86 cents. So I end up using a penny somewhere else. And so we're going to pop my 2 quarters in my quarter bowl and then the dime in my other coin bowl. So there's $2 there. Again, I cleared out the household and the personal and the miscellaneous. And so I still have $2 in shopping left over from there. So we have that. And then dine out, again, I cleared that out. Food, I've got some change in here that we're going to pop over to our coin bowls. So I've got 2 quarters in the coin bowl and 1 nickel in the other coin bowl. So there we have it. There is my week in review for last week. And so I'm really happy about that. I'm very pleased. Wasn't a lot of shopping. No online, very little online shopping, just what I absolutely needed to do. So I feel like that I'm in a good place to just keep going. And so there's hope for me yet, y'all. There's hope for me. So thank you. I've got other videos if you'd like to watch those. I've got or other videos that I've already posted that I will post or link somewhere, and perhaps in the description below as well. So that covers it for today, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you did get some value out of this, and if you could just give me a like and subscribe if you want to follow along. Again, thank you so much. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your weekend if you're watching this on the Sunday, and have a great week. Bye-bye.